Hi guys, Matt from the Big River here. Got an order to fish to unbox this week. Actually, you got some reptiles coming in. Got quite a bit of livestock actually. So let's jump right into it, see what we got. Get caught up. I'm actually getting around to putting videos up this week finally. Been a couple weeks out. First thing out is not fish. This is a baby axolotl, one of those GFP axolotls. Nice green color to it. Will fluoresce under the light. Got shrimp in this box also. There's some Bloody Marys. Beautiful Bloody Marys. Nice and bright red. Ice packs aren't interesting, so we won't show you those, but we will show you the blue shrimp. Yeah, Bloody Marys, blue shrimp. What other kind of shrimp we got? We got some Amano shrimp. Looks like large ones there. I've been getting large and extra large. Should have large and extra large. There they are, extra large Amano shrimp. Huge. Look almost like bamboo shrimp. They're so big. More shrimp. We get some orange shrimp this week. Look like a little pumpkin shrimp. Nice. And here's a couple more axolotls. Some more of those GFPs. Little guys. It isn't as green, but it still has a GFP to it. The other two are really bright green. So that's that. And then got a bag of feeder guppies on this. No, that's not feeder guppies. That's ghost shrimp. Excuse me. So there's ghost shrimp and shrimp and shrimp and more shrimp. And axolotls. So there you go. One box down, we've got 6 deal. Alrighty, next up, probably be some feeders. I got some pond fish on this order too. Getting a little late in the pond season, but we still brought in some stuff just because we can. First thing out of this box is more shrimp. These are red crystal shrimp. Been out of those for a minute. They haven't been coming in all of that great, so we took a break, but hopefully these will be fantastic. I do have some feeder comets. Those are a couple hundred of those guys. Remember, if you want to do a feeder order, a special order, let us know by the end of the day on Sunday for a Monday order, and we can do a special order on any of your feeder guys. We'll do a discount if you do a bulk order. Here are some pond fish. These are shabunkins. 3-inch shabunkins have been coming in real nice, and those are no exception. Also got some 3-inch sarasas. I just like saying the word sarasa. Pretty decent grade on those. Nice red and white comets, and a pretty decent price on them too. So those are cool. Here is something we haven't had a lot of this year. Some koi. These are some agons, silver agons. I don't remember if I thought I was going to get platinums or golds, but that's what we got. Nice size, a nice grade on those. Hopefully those tank as nice as they look in the bag. So there we go with some pond fish for y'all. Heavy box. Good thing I had my Wheaties this morning. All right, next up, there's another box. And it's probably got fish in it. Just guessing. Let's see what's in the box. First thing out of this box, we have Fruity Pebbles. That would be your Glow Daniels. Restock on those guys. Got some bikers. What did we end up with? These are not the Delhazes, these are the Endolcaris. Really tiny, but I got a pretty good price on them. So why not? We'll get some baby Endolcaris. You can grow them out. They'll get a couple feet. More Fruity Pebbles. Got a couple different bags of the skirted tetras this week. There we go. Got some orange and some green to go with the blue and pink we have over there. Got a bunch of guppies on this week. We've been having a hard time getting guppies, so got some to share. That's not a guppy though. That looks like a type of rice fish. I bet you they're the orange or some kind of orange rice fish. I'll have a name on them at some point. Those are Endler guppies, so another type of guppy. We'll restock on those guys as well. More guppies. And more guppies. No, these are Chinese algae eaters, not guppies. Don't really recommend Chinese algae eaters that often. They're a bigger, more aggressive fish than most people expect. They will not do well in your community tank long term. They are good indiscriminate eaters, but better pairing with African cichlids. More Endlers. See the bright colors on those, that's indicative of an Endler guppy. Frogs, got some more albinos in, restock on those guys. Got a bigger grade of brown frog too. Was able to get a little bit bigger frogs this time. Better deal. Those are Florida flagfish, held out for better deal on them and did get some that I can sell for a reasonable price. So that's them. I'm not going to open these up. These are neorites, zebra neorites this week. Got 5 different types of neorites over there currently. There's those feeder guppies I tried to show you earlier that weren't feeder guppies, but those really are. That is more guppies, nice blue guppies. Lots of color varieties on guppies today. And more guppies. So guppies, guppies, and more guppies. Embler guppies, and guppies, guppies, and guppies, and more guppies. Bubble guppies, I guess. All right, there's that. And then we'll jump into another little freshwater order. Actually, not a bad size order this week. And we're out of a few different things that was available, so we bought them. And first up was Bozeman rainbows. Sold out of those again last week, so we brought in some more. Nice colors on not particularly big fish, so we'll love it when they color up early like that. These are Royal Dwarf Gouramis. Lilias, or Trigogastrolilias, is your dwarf gourami. Lots of different color variants. A redo on the 6-barred killies. Brought in a batch and sold them, so we brought in another batch. Got them on the same special, so good deal on those. Here are clown roaches, restock on those guys. Remember, if you get into clown roaches, those are a big fish that like to be in a big group, so you gotta have a lot of space to do well with those guys long term. These are cockatoo cichlids, or the Epistogramma cockatoides, the super red variety. Several different varieties of those available. We have 3 varieties currently, orange, gold, and the super red. Here are some gouramis. These are the gold gouramis. They're not a giant gourami. Giant gouramis, a fish like that. These are regular gouramis that are a fish like this. Most people think they're like that. That's a dwarf gourami. Your regular gouramis get about this big. Very big fish for a community tank. So make sure you know that when you get into them. They are great for the right tank. Cories, these are sturby cories. Your quintessential warm water cory. Love those with discus or other just regular tropicals. More cories, these are the Trilineatus. Call them a Julie cory oftentimes. Trilineatus is one of our most popular cory for good reason. They're pretty. They'll do fine in a community tank. They don't quite like the warm water like the sturbies do, but they're fine at a normal community temp, as long as you're not doing that 80, 90 degrees like you'd want to do for a discus tank. Yeah, you don't do 90 degrees on a discus usually. Sometimes. Done. All right, here we go. Next up we have some guppies. Bettas. Let's get the right fish. These are another batch of half moon female bettas. Able to get those again. Nope, those are Bolivian rams. Bolivian rams, a restock on those guys. Get them in fairly regularly. Beautiful, more of a wild variety of ram. White clouds, got a little order of those guys in. I thought I should have gotten, I have to check, looks like I didn't get my full batch of those, but that's your quintessential cool water fish, so they'll do a tropical tank as well. Roseline sharks, restock on those because we sold out last week. Just flew out of here literally, so there you are for more torpedo barbs if you prefer the name. Let's see, these are yellow rainbows, not to be mistaken for the Bozeman rainbow. The yellow rainbows are more yellow through the whole entire body. Also got a blue flash in them. Gorgeous fish when they get full size. Speaking of full size, the black ghost knife gets up to 14 inches, so nice big fish. For the appropriate tank, a very good choice for an oddball. Speaking of oddball, this is a mudfish. Mudfish, usually going to do that in a species fish tank. They're a fish that lives in low oxygen, so they actually have an adaptation for sucking air. Very, very cool little guys. I got this little snorkel. Albino cory cat, another very popular cory cat, and for good reason. They're pretty, active, and good little cleanup crew. Neon blue rasbora, great for your nano tank. You can do those in a shrimp tank because they got a tiny little mouth. Neon blue rasbora, or the Sundandano goblinus, is one of the smallest of the rasboras that we offer. Actually, I have some amber barbs over there that are literally the smallest tropical fish available on the market. So tiny fish, big fish, we got all kinds of fish. This week, only a couple monsters though. Let's see, these are not monsters, these are snakes. Coolie loaches, gotta love your banded coolie loach. Great in a group, great in a community tank. Here are Harlequin rasporas, another very popular raspora, a little bigger than your other types that you think of, about an inch to those guys, but still decent in a nano situation. Here are our pandagars. Redo on those. We brought in some of those last week. First time we'd had them in a while. They flew out of here. I don't know, maybe somebody did a video on pandagars and how wonderful they are. They are cool fish. We have them. Come get them. German gold ram. There's another variety of ram for you. Got blues over there too. I think we got some electric blues as well. African cichlids on the other side of the store. This is the Pseudotropius crabro, or bumblebee cichlid. And like their pattern, like all Africans, can be a little pernicious, but very pretty. Albino tiger barb. Actually been nearly out of those for a little while, but they came available this week, so I grabbed a batch of those. They are, of course, the albino version of your regular tiger barb or your green tiger barb. Neon Tetra is perhaps our best-selling tetra in the store, except for maybe cardinals. In the Tetra Special, if you buy 4 or more, you get 25% off, just for the simple price of subscribing to our channel. This guy looks like a tiger barb. He is not. This is a black ruby barb. They get a really beautiful red, reddish color underneath a black background when they get mature. Very beautiful fish. A little bit dimorphic, but even the females are a very beautiful fish on the black ruby barbs. I recommend those to anybody who's considering a barb but thinks the tiger barbs might be a little too rough and tumble. Last box. Looks like the battery's going to make it. Shouldn't jinx myself. Let's see what the last box can bring us. We have some tetras, cherry red tetras. I had somebody come and buy all my red crystal tetras out of my display tank. So I needed something, and cherry tetras were on sale, so I bought cherry tetras. We'll see how good those look in my display tank. Here are some platies. What variety is that? The golden leopard platy. Nice restock on some pretty colors of platies. Priscilla tetra. First time I've had those in a little while. They've been out of stock at our supplier. The Priscillas are actually a great community fish. They are a little hardier than some. They come from confluences or where rivers come together, so they don't mind a little bit of change in temperature and chemistry. Here's a fish I have not had in a really long time. I don't know if I've ever successfully got these fish here. I've ordered them a few times and had them come in dead. This is orange chromide, which is actually a brackish fish, Atropolus maculatus. We've had the green chromide, which also is called pearl cichlid, but this is the orange chromide. Very, very interesting, unusual fish, hard to come by. Borneo sucker loach. Those are part of your hillstream family, so fun fish to have to offer you today. Neon tetras. Wait a second. Did I have 2 bags of neons? I might have. Let's see. Or was the other bag cardinals and I didn't look at it close enough? Could have been. I bet you I got 2 bags of, 2 bags of 25 on the neons. So that's what that was. More platies. These are the Hawaiian varieties. Varieties are a variety of platy or platy mags. Let's see. Purple pencilfish. Another tetra for the Tetra Special. Pencilfish are kind of a specialty tetra. Very neat, bright colors on the males in particular. They do best in a bigger batch. I recommend getting those in a school of 8 or 12 or more. Last thing out of this box is some more types of tetras. These are green neon tetras. Green neons were out of stock for a while, but now they're back in and looking great. So grab those, get them on the Tetra Special, buy 4 more, get 25% off. And that is it for this order. We do have reptiles coming up. Stay tuned. And we're back. Got a nice little box of reptiles. Already broke it open just to get things warmed up, and apparently they didn't have any trouble with that on a hot day like today. First thing out of the box is a very angry little panther chameleon. This is red bar mobile pair, actually. That's a male, and there's the female. He's getting all fired up. She's kind of blacking out. We got to get them all set up. Let those guys just rest there for a minute. We also got some cool bags and a bunch of cups. This particular vendor is not very great about labeling stuff for us, so you should have seen us trying to peek in on some of our cups, going, what's in the cup? What's in the cup? Some of the cups are clear and you can see, and some of them aren't. We're not going to open them up because some of the stuff in those not clear cups could disappear on us, but we'll get them in a better place. Hey, look at you. This is a Eurymastix. You look at the camera? There you go. He's looking at me instead. This is Saharan red or Nigerian Eurymastix. We got a pair, male-female pair. That's a dude. Sometimes they send us one that's red and one that's not red and call them a pair. That's definitely a male there. Let's see. This one looks female-y to me. Yeah. Double check. A little bit on the skinny side, but yeah, I think that is actually a male-female pair. So very cool. Love Uromastyx lizards. They're the African fat flat lizards. Kind of the analog to the chuckawallas of the American Southwest, the fat flat lizards of North America. But these are the African version. Herbivores. Very, very cool lizard. These guys get, what, a foot and a quarter. So they're about an average size. The mollies are a little bigger and fatter. Mollies just aren't very popular, very common anymore. Every once in a while we'll see them. But then there's these guys. These guys aren't nearly as colorful, but they're big. I had one first time I saw them imported back in it'd been the early 90s, like 91. I had one of these in my store. I had no idea what it was, where it was from, how to handle it, how to do anything with it. And luckily they're resilient as we figured out what they needed. Got them a lot hotter, started offering them vegetables, and it perked up again. It was amazing. It's Egypticus Uromastyx. They got a big fat pancake shaped belly. They can be a couple feet long. This guy's big. Come here, there's his head. There we have Egyptian Uromastyx. They're the biggest of the Euros. Again, they can be up to 2 feet long. This guy is big, but not full size by any means. Boy, I think it is a boy. A little bit on the dehydrated side, so they always are after shipping. But it looks pretty much, pretty obviously a boy there. So very cool. Been really hard to get these in the last several years. I see just recently they've started to come back into the market a little bit. Again, Egypticus Uromastyx. So very, very cool animal. Let's give you your stuffings back. You can sit there and you're just going to stay in your bag. Stay in your bag. All right, some other cool stuff in here while we make sure he doesn't leave. Got some more lizards. These are little dune geckos. Got a nice little batch of these guys. Very cool. There's actually 3 different species. I'm not sure if they listed it. It looks like there might be 2 different species because we got 2 different patterns there. Wouldn't surprise me if we got mixed species, but 3 different species of those little dune geckos. They're similar to like the viper geckos. I don't believe that they have sticky pads. I'll have to look that up for sure. Let's see. I see an upside down pink toe. So maybe trying to molt in shipping. Hopefully it makes it through its molt. Got a whole group of pink toes in there. That looks like an empty cup. So maybe we have it really doesn't look like, oh, there it is. Okay, I see you. How'd you do? There it is. It's just buried. Yeah, he's okay. A little mad, but he's okay. That's a pink toe. So I got a group of subadult to adult pink toes. Oh, more geckos. These are crested geckos. Got a good price on these. These are lily whites. They've come down significantly. They used to be $1,000 a piece. Now we got them for a much more attractive. I think they're going to go for like $150. So very, very much more affordable. Very cool color morph on a crested gecko. Let's see. We're going to do a peek here. Let's try a peek. It's hard to do spider peeks. Oh, there's legs. That is a Samani or a striped knee. We got a group of those guys. The markings on these either are non-existent or backwards. I can see S's and C's because we had Samanis or striped knees and curly hairs, but it seems like they're backwards on their marking at the very least. That's another Samani, marked with a C for Samani, right? I also have some curly hairs here. I don't know if I can find one. You guys probably know what a curly hair looks like, but that's all right. We'll look anyway. No, that's another striped knee. Yes, let's look for S for curly. Let's see if this is S for curly. Sure enough, there's a little curly. So curly hairs, striped knees, pink toes, I also got some babies. This one, I believe, is a Caribbean versicolor. The price was not amazing on these. I didn't get a bunch, but I did get one. So if you've been dying for baby Caribbean versicolor, remember right, it's in the $40 or $50 range, which is, it's all right. And then got this guy. This is a purple moon crab. Very, very aggressive. They also call those soapbox crabs because they used to put them in soap boxes and then stack them all in there and then ship them. So they call them a soapbox crab because they couldn't put them all in one box or they'd eat each other in transit. But very cool land crab. And speaking of legs, I don't know, I was speaking of legs, wasn't I? This is Vietnamese centipede. It's a nice big guy. So cool. Yeah, I don't like getting stung by those, that hurts. Here's another itty bitty spider. I'm gonna assume, I can see there's a spider there. Tiny spiderling, but it's a Darth Maul. Good price on that guy for that size. You can pay a lot more for a bigger one, but if you want a good price, you gotta get a tiny one. Also got some dart frogs. Here's a couple bumblebees. It was an assorted group, so I don't know what I'm gonna get here. That looks like some turquoise auratus, or yeah, looks like turquoise auratus. Here's some azurius. We have an azurius and a bumblebee back there, but that's okay. We can always have more because they're very cool. We do have dart frogs. We put some geckos in that tank in the front and then sold them all. So it doesn't look like a very happy spider. Yeah, that one didn't make the trip. I got some of these pink toes really did not ship all that well, which is too bad. Doggone it. So one pink toe down. This one's in good shape though. He's mad, but he's all right. I think that's it. Frogs, geckos, crab, spiders, uromastics, chameleons. We got all kinds of cool stuff. So see you soon.